Hey everyone, welcome to the first installment of the Vessel TCG Digital Art Showcase. We're going to be showing all 51 cards that are already digitalized and finished for Vessel TCG. When the set is done, there will be 72 cards in the first set. Currently, we have 51 finished, so you're getting pretty close. I just want to give you guys an update on all the cards that are done, and I'm just going to show you how they all look. This video couldn't have been done if it weren't for SK TCG. He digitalizes all the cards, and I just make the rules, and I kind of give like a outline of all the cards. So the first card we have here, which is the first one ever made, is Pamela the All-Knowing. So I actually made this card game, or like kind of made the idea of the card game on my mom's birthday, and this card was made for my mom, and it is the first card ever made, first card ever digitalized. So with that said, all of these cards aren't in order, but that's just gonna have to be okay. The second card is Young Wizard Hayden. So this card is a rare card, and he's also treated as an all-knowing card. So some cards, it would say like, this card can only be used by a guard, or something like that, can only be used by an all-knowing, or something like that. So this card is a Young Wizard archetype, and also an all-knowing archetype. This is the first and only card like this in the first set. This is based off of SMH Animates. SMH Animates is one of my friends, and I made this card in his art style. And yeah, that's pretty cool. This is Harry the All-Knowing. He's a super rare, and he's pretty strong. He has a lot of attack. This card is based off of my grandpa. So, yeah, he was really happy when he saw this card. And I liked how it turned out. The next card is based off of my grandma, and this is Teresa the All-Knowing, who's a super rare, who has the flipped attack and health of Harry the All-Knowing. So this card has a little more this card has a little more health, this one has a little more attack. And they're both very strong for the All-Knowing archetype. This is the first gold rare. This is Vincent, King of the Stronghold. There will be 2 gold rares in the first set. Gold rares are the highest rarities. The rarities go from common, rare, super rare, ultra rare, and gold rare. For gold rare cards, there will be very, very few in every set. And the card will come out looking at like this kind of golden look. So like when you look at a pack, you'll kind of see that gold card and you're like, whoa, you know, that's like a really rare card, because it is. Vincent, King of the Stronghold, is based off of my dad. And I really like how it turned out. And like the reason Commander of Guards here is so small, because Vincent, King of the Stronghold, is so tall. The next card is Leg Day Master. This is one of the Leg Day cards. There should be 3 Leg Day cards in the first set, and I really like how this one turned out. This is a really funny looking card. I like what SK TCG did with this one. The next one is Fire Guard, one of the few guard cards. So yeah, this is a fire one, so it has the most attack out of all the guards, but still a relatively weak card because common is the lowest rarity. This one is Steel Guard, the first guard ever made, and the first all-rounder guard. The next is Bane, Monarch of the Gnomes, who in the lore, which hopefully I'll explain probably when the set comes out. Probably, I don't know when I'll do lore videos, but this is the leader of the Gnomes, and he's very, very important. So is that Trident he's holding there. Next is Boulder Bane, who is standing next to Bane, Monarch of the Gnomes, and Bane is a last name, so Bane, Monarch of the Gnomes, his name is Bane, and Boulder Bane's name is just Boulder Bane. I wanted Bane, Monarch of the Gnomes, to have his name like Mario's name is Mario, because like his last name is Mario, and so is his first name, and like Luigi's name is Luigi Mario, so I wanted to give like a little funny nod to that. This is Steel Mega Guard, the super rare card in the guard archetype. He's pretty strong, and he's very valuable for the guard archetype. And now is probably a useful time to say the first 2 structure decks that I will make when the set comes out will be the All-Knowing structure deck and the Guard structure deck. The All-Knowings are like spellcasters, and the Guards just kind of get more attachments to build up their strength and health. This is Fire Mega Guard, who has 200 more attack and 200 less health. This is Warrior who missed leg day, so he has a very, very powerful upper body and a lower body. So he has very, very high attack for his rarity, but very low health for his rarity. This is one of the first cards I ever made, and it's nice to see adapted. Like all the cards I made. This is Ninja, who didn't miss leg day, who has flip-flopped stats. So he has weak upper body strength, but very powerful lower body strength. This is Commander of Guards, who is an ultra rare, who is standing next to Vincent, King of the Stronghold, in his archetype. In his artwork. So this has very, very powerful attack and health. This is a guard card. So for the guard structure deck, this is going to be very, very powerful. This is Commander of Mega Guards, who has more attack and a little less health. I just had to check real quick. I think this is the first card I made with 50 in the attack and health stat, so that's interesting. And this one kind of looks cool. I like making this card. Next is Jennifer the All-Knowing, who is another all-knowing card who's also based off of someone I know in real life. Hat of the Gnomes is the first attachment I'm showing. This is a super rare card, so it's pretty good. I'll explain the rules more when I have the set come out, so I can have cards to reference when I talk about the rules. But attachments, basically, you place them onto your avatar that you have out, and they kind of give it an effect. Like I said, I'll explain more when the game comes out. But Hat of the Gnome's description says, once per turn, give your Bane or Gnome a Gnome counter. Your Bane or Gnome gains 200 attack and health for every Gnome counter. So this is pretty good for increasing attack and health over time. Blade of the Stronghold is an ultra rare attachment. Blade of the Stronghold can only be used by a Stronghold. The avatar with this attach gains 1500 attack and 1000 health. If you have more than 2 cards in your hand, discard them. So Stronghold cards are very, very, very powerful. But there's a twist. Stronghold cards, Stronghold attachments and whatnot, when they are being used, you can have no more than usually 2 or 3 cards in your hand. So if you do have any more than those 2 or those 3 cards in your hand, you have to discard them. So kind of like a disadvantage with Stronghold, but they still have very, very, very high attack and health. This is Royal Hat of Bane. This is a card I haven't shown in the showcase yet, but I will later in the video. Or this is the avatar this is based on, I haven't shown yet. Boulder Bane. Once per turn, give your Bane avatar a Bane counter. If your Bane avatar would be destroyed by battle, remove 2 Bane counters instead. So a Bane card to use for that archetype. Like, Banes and Gnomes are kind of the same archetype, because Bane is the royal family of the Gnomes. Giant Spikeweed. This is a common spell card. When there is a fire symbol on the top right of the card, it is a spell card. When there is a green addition sign on the top right, it is an attachment card. And when there is a bomb symbol on the top right, it is a trap card. When there's a smiley face, it is an avatar. This is a spell. Discard 1 card from your hand, then deal 1000 health of damage to the opposing avatar. This is another card based on the Teresa the All-Knowing in that artwork of her. This one, you deal 500 health of damage to the opposing avatar for each card in their hand. So that can actually be really strong. But against Stronghold decks, might not be very strong. But Stronghold cards are pretty hard to get your hands on, so. This is Boulder Bane. He is a part of the lore. Yeah, like I said, I'll explain the lore probably around when the set comes out. And when the set comes out, I have a lot of video ideas that will be really, really fun to make. Like a lore video, opening structure decks, doing battle videos. I have really good ideas. So Boulder Bane has a lot of attack and health, and he counts as a Bane archetype card. And this card, which you can probably tell by the hairstyle, is based on me, Chris, champion of the Stronghold. I use a hairstyle like this on my Dagoon Reviews channel, which I make video analyses videos. And I have a lot of videos planned for that channel too. So this one has a lot of attack and a lot of health. So for players of Yu-Gi-Oh, you'll probably realize that I have the same attack and health of the Blue Eyes White Dragon in Yu-Gi-Oh, and I just really like that card, so I just, thought I'd put those stats here. Except for in Yu-Gi-Oh, it's defense, not health. As in this system, health depletes, like the Pokemon system where health depletes when attacked. This is Lil Miss Bane. So she is a Bane card, and she's just, so she looks like this helpless woman, but she kind of has like this aura or like spirit or like powerful spirit, and like it makes her like really, really powerful. But for a super, she does have kind of low health because she is kind of like this, still like this, however old woman, which is old to gnome age, but like a lot of attack for super rare cards. This is Water Guard. He has high health, at least for guards, but still not much, like compared to others, and lower attack compared to the other guards. This card is inspired by SK TCG, Jacob, Champion of the Stronghold. I didn't give him any input on this card, and he just made it completely on his own. I think it looks great. So he has the swapped stats of Chris, Champion of the Stronghold, and so he has 2,500 attack and 3,000 health. This is Forest Guard. So he's another guard card. So I believe there should be 4 or 5 guard cards. I think it's 4, and then 4 or 5 steel, or 4 or 5 mega guards. I believe it should be 4 guards and 4 mega guards. This is Pacifist of the Stronghold. He has 0 attack, so even if he would attack, he would do 0 damage, but he has a lot of health, especially for a super rare. This is Blacksmith of the Stronghold. I've said this a few times, but this character is very, very important to the lore as well. He is the oldest character in the whole land, and he makes the swords of the Stronghold. That's why it looks so big, because the Stronghold cards the Stronghold avatars are half giants. So they're like 9 or 8 feet tall. They're very, very tall. And this is Gemu Shiro. This is another 0 attack card, but 5,000 health. And this is probably, I know I've said this a few times, but he is the most important character in the lore. And he's pretty hard to get as an ultra rare. This is Gnome Giant. He is a giant card, and there's not too much to say. This is Hat of the All-Knowing. This is the first attachment that I made when I was making the sketches. The avatar with this attach gains 500 attack and health. If the avatar is an all-knowing, it gains 800 attack and health. So this can be used by something that isn't an all-knowing, so it's more versatile, but if you do use it on an all-knowing, it gains more attack and health. This is Cape of a Warrior. This cape is worn by a warrior who missed leg day. If the avatar with this attached would be destroyed, this card is destroyed instead. If the avatar is a leg day, this card is shuffled back into the deck. So, if your avatar is attached with this, essentially, then this card would be destroyed if it's not a leg day. But if it is a leg day, then this card is shuffled back into your deck and your avatar is still there too. So it's a defensive card for your avatar. This is Spellbook of the All-Knowing. This is a very powerful spell. When this is used by an all-knowing avatar, you can add a spell from your deck to your hand, which is very, very useful for all-knowing cards, because they use like magic spells and whatnot. This is another spell for the all-knowings. Or not, you don't have to use it for all-knowings, but I mean, the hand is Pamela the All-Knowing's hand. Double Lightning Strike. You discard up to 2 cards. You deal 1,000 damage to the opposing avatar for every card discarded. So you can do 1,000 or 2,000 damage. Trident of Bane. This is the trident that Bane Monarch of the Gnomes, is holding. The avatar with this attached gains 1,000 attack or health. If it's a Bane, the avatar also can't be destroyed once. So it's similar to the cape of the warrior, where it can't be destroyed once if it's a Bane, and you gain 1,000 attack or health, so you pick which one. This is Bracelet of the All-Knowing. The avatar with this attached gains 500 attack and health, and the opponent loses 500 attack and health. So there will be a 1,000 attack and health difference between your avatar and the opponent's avatar that they're using. This is Vest of the All-Knowing. It can only be attached to an All-Knowing. If the avatar with this attached will be destroyed, you shuffle it back into the deck instead. So it's just Cape of the All-Knowing, but only for... Oh no, Cape of the Warrior, but can only be used by All-Knowings. Inferno Sword. It can only be used by a guard, and the avatar attached with this gains 1000 attack. This is Aqua Sword, pretty much the same as Inferno Sword, but it's 700 attack. Same thing as the previous, and still has 700 attack. So pretty much the same card. Shield of Trees. The avatar attached with this gains 1000 health. Same thing with 800 health. Same thing with 700 health. And this is Royal Hat of Bane. Once per turn, give your Bane avatar a Bane counter. If your Bane avatar would be destroyed by battle, remove 2 counters instead. So this is a card that uses counters to remove its own that it gains once per turn to save your avatar from being destroyed, if that makes sense. This is Helmet of the Stronghold. Can only be attached to a Stronghold. If this is attached to a Stronghold, it gains 1000 health. If this card is active on your field, you may not have any more than 3 cards in your hand. This is the second gold rare in the first set. And this is a trap card. Trap cards you activate from your hand during the opponent's turn. This is Bouncy Invisible Wall. If an avatar would attack this turn, they are destroyed. So, similar to Mirror Force, if you know that from Yu-Gi-Oh! I do take some inspiration from Yu-Gi-Oh! In this game. This is Hard Visible Wall. No avatar can attack until the next player's turn. So you kind of just stop your opponent's turn. You kind of stop them from attacking. Armor Sacrifice. Discard 1 attachment from your avatar, and your avatar won't be destroyed once. This is the Infinite Pocket of the Gnomes. Add an attachment from your deck to your hand. If the spell is used by a Gnome or Bane, it won't be destroyed once. And that's all the cards currently done for Vessel TCG. There are 51 out of 72 done. So it should be done soon-ish. So probably give it like a couple months or a few months, but I don't want to put a timestamp on it. Thank you for watching to the end. It means a lot to me. Thank you for staying with this channel. My next video is probably when Vessel TCG comes out. So, yeah. I don't know what that video will be. I just know that the set will be out by then. So I'll see you guys in the next video.